friends, thanks for checking in. Today we're looking at a Chiappa Rhino 40DS with a 4-inch barrel. Interesting gun. It's very innovative. I took an interest in it a while back. I never bought one because I didn't want to pay for it. The MSRP is $1,169. Right around $850 will get you this revolver. But it does have some features and unique functions to it that makes it very different. We could go ahead and release the cylinder with this lever right here. We can see that it is unloaded. It is a 6-shot 357 Magnum. It's got a hexagonal shape to the cylinder, okay, opposed to a round shape. Keeps it a little bit thinner, all right, kind of snag free on the cylinder, but it's shot from the bottom of the cylinder opposed to the top of the cylinder with a traditional revolver. Okay, so you've got the barrel right there, there's the forcing cone, and over here is the firing pin. Now the benefit of this is that it reduces muzzle rise, and I will attest to that. After taking it to the range, I will say that it definitely reduces muzzle rise. The energy comes back as shot as opposed to up like that. You get a little upward motion, but not too much. I shot primarily 158 grain Remington XTPs, kind of a hot load here, and 142 grain Fiocchi 357. But the weight, it looks like it's a heavy gun, and it kind of is, but it has all this additional metal. Now it is an aluminum frame, so it looks heavy, but it's not as heavy as it looks. By looking at it, you'd think it's just a beast of a gun, and it's really not. Another interesting thing is that it will go into single action using this cocking lever. This is not a hammer. It looks like a hammer. One would seem to think that it is a hammer, but it's not. It simply puts the gun in single action, and that is a nice trigger pull. Every shot that I fired went off without issue, and I have no complaints with the reliability. The only issue that I had was it took me a while to get on target. Now, I have seen people shoot this revolver incredibly well. You know, people have really done well with this. I'm just not one of those people. It took me a while to get on target, and I put some of that on me. I put some of it on the design of this revolver. There is a learning curve to this, as with most guns, but I found this to be a little more. Now, the people who own them love them. They say they love the way it looks, they love the way it fires, and they love the way the recoil forces back on the gun as opposed to up. And I would agree with that, except for I think it's pretty ugly. But that's just me. And another reason why I never purchased it. Now, some of the other features include a fiber optic front sight, adjustable rear sights, and the cocking lever, in which the hammer is actually down here. So to cock this back, it takes some effort. You know, it's kind of a hard pull, but when you do cock it back, you're in single action, and you do have an indicator there that basically tells the shooter you are in single action. Now, we think the shooter should know that, but it's also nice to have a visual there to indicate that. And the single action is a very light pull, like most revolvers. But I found myself shooting in double action at the range, and more often than not. Very seldom did I do that, because that is one tough pull. It actually pulls an arm down to the hammer, which is down here. As I showed you earlier, there is the firing pin. So it does have some benefits to it. It has a unique looking grip. This one has the wood grip. The 2-inch barrel snub nose has a rubber grip. I'm going to review this separately. It's pretty different in my opinion, and I'm not into 20-minute videos. But let's go ahead and get it on the scale. We'll take a look at the weight. I thought it shot fine. It just took me a while to get on target, and I don't know if I'm the only one there. 1 pound 13 3/8 ounces. We move that just to ounces. We'll see it's 29 3/8 ounces. But let's go ahead and load it up with 6 rounds of 357. It fired well. I'll give it that. It fired well, and it took me a while. I got on target a little bit better. Easy for one-handed shooting. I will mention that shooting it one hand with the energy going back like that was nice and substantially different than your standard revolver. 32 3/4 ounces for those interested in carrying the Chiappa Rhino. And there goes all those rounds. But an interesting gun, a nice shooting gun, it's just not for me. I would not choose this. I would not pay $850 for this when there are so many other options. But I understand why somebody would. You know, it's got this big front strap here, and it has a unique look and function to it. And people who own them love them. But I have no intention of buying one anytime soon. I'm more into the traditional 357 revolvers, and I'll just deal with the recoil as I fire the 357. But the Chiappa Rhino, it is reliable. I'll give it that. And after a while, I was able to get on target. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.